This water trough replaced a log water trough that was here when we came in 1961 that had been put in when this country was homesteaded back in 1884. This water trough has been in here about 15 years now, and it has holes in it because the steel rusts out, especially in our alkaline water that we have here. Okay, selection is everything when it comes to making a log water trough, because you can't have a limby tree, not on the bottom side of the trough anyway, because the knots will burn out when we burn the center out of the log. So you want a mature tree. Mature tree, when it's ponderosa pine, is going to be yellow. It's going to have a flat top. We want one like this tree right here that the first 50, 60 feet does not have any limbs on it. This is a real good water trough tree right here, and so we're going to take it home. In the cow business on a ranch, you never have the opportunity to do just one thing at a time. We brought this log down here where we're calving heifers so we can watch these heifers calves should they need help as we're making this trough. Okay, because we have machinery like D8 cats and backhoes, we can use a great big log like this. This one's 50 feet long and 3 feet through. The old timers didn't have the tools we had. They had these kind of drills, had to do it by hand. They weren't very long, and they had to move their troughs around usually with cross haul with a saddle horse. So they used a lot smaller logs, and they always fell them in place. We have the luxury of dragging this down here to the heifer calving pen and building it and then dragging it over where we want it. Now we also have the luxury of using electric drills. Though this thing will knock you off the log because it's so big and powerful, it is a lot easier on your shoulders because it uses electricity. We have this log laid up so the knots will be in the top of it when we're finished. And we're going to drill into the center of the log from the top like this, and then we're going to roll the log up and we're going to drill in from this angle. So we have a vent going in and a chimney coming out, and then we'll drop coals into the heart of the log and set it on fire. Now it's very important that you have your knots in this area that we're going to pop off for the top, because a knot will burn out. And this log's clean everywhere except on the top. Now keep pulling it out to clean, and we'll just brush those chips away. I'll land right on top of you when it throws me off of here. Okay, now we'll use this stick to line ourselves up every time we drill a hole, so we hit the other end of the hole, right? All right. What we're doing is setting the heart of this tree afire. It'll burn until it gets to the sapwood, and then it'll usually go out. We got to pay attention that it doesn't burn up the sapwood too. Okay, this thing has burned now for 18 hours. And it's burnt between some of the holes here, and we're going to start losing the outside rim of this tree. So we're done. And we're going to plug off all the holes with mud. And we're going to plug these top holes. We've got to somehow starve it for oxygen and get it shut off. I think that's enough, Clint. I think we got it pretty well fixed. Once you build one of these troughs, it's really important to keep it wet. If it ever dries out, it'll crack, and then it's ruined. So once you build one of these, you need to get it put in the ground with dirt around as much of it as possible, and get the water running into it. And make dang sure that the water always runs into it to keep it wet. And it'll probably last, I'm thinking this trough will last for 100 years because it'll be close to the house here where porcupines and other varmints can't chew on it. So I'm pretty sure this is a 100-year trough.